Hello, everyone, parents, community, friends, to another edition of Parent Power Moments, one of the ways that we here at the Rochester City School District's Office of Early Childhood, one of the ways we connect with our families. We have a guest today, and you are going to be excited. I'm excited. We have with us today none other than Deputy Strickland.
Hello.
Hey, pretend like it's a lot of clapping going on. Welcome, Deputy.
Thank you for having me. Always want to be out here doing what I need to do to get the word out about whatever you need.
All right,
Yes.
thank you. So, Deputy,
Yes.
why education?
Education has been a dear passion of mine since I was a little kid. Everyone recalls me rounding up the students in the neighborhood and actually sitting on the porch, and I would have a chalkboard on the porch and would be grading papers and things of that nature. I remember that the porch railings would be the home of assignments that my friends or my cousins completed. I would snag all those old worksheets from the teachers and use those as teaching props.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I even put my cousins on the honor roll and merit roll. Like I went extremely crazy over it.
Yes.
But as far as I know, it's been innate in me. One of the things that consistently and continuously grounds me is the fact that I only typically saw myself as a teacher. And then these other opportunities have found me. I'm beyond grateful for, but I do know that at the foundation of my core, it's always another teaching and learning experience that I am supposed to be producing. So even in my role as Deputy Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, I'm teaching at every step of the way. And on the side, I have to get my actual teaching fix in. So I am an adjunct professor at Niagara University as well.
Are you?
Teaching the teachers of the future because it is that important to me and it keeps me grounded in my why. Yes.
You could tell that you have such a passion for teaching.
Yes.
And wow, interesting. I did not know that you are an adjunct professor.
Yes.
Does that help fill your cup?
It definitely does fill my cup. This weekend, I actually taught my first class on Saturdays. So yes,
Wow.
no days off Strickland.
You are committed.
No days off Strickland.
Wow.
But I taught my first class on Saturday and showed the clip from Rita Pearson, Everyone Needs a Champion. And instantly I was gravitated towards the faces right behind those little boxes on that Zoom screen, and to see one of the students taking in the message. And then her listening to the follow-up that I provided to her grounded her so much, and have her share with me that she believes every student needs to have a chance to experience a class with me. That was one of the most utmost things I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, wow. Deputy, you mentioned that your role here in the Rochester City School District is Deputy Superintendent of Teaching and Learning.
Yes.
What is that?
So basically, I look at myself as like the head principal of the district. And then we have a chief academic officer. That's like the head teacher of the district. So I'm mainly pushing forward excellent instructional leadership qualities in our school leaders. But also I serve as the bridge between the teaching and learning department here in our central office with our schools. So I supervise our school chiefs who supervise principals. I supervise the ancillary groups that are within teaching and learning, that being bilingual education and world languages, the MTSS, multi-tiered systems of support, Office of Professional Learning, Office of Athletics, Physical Education and Health, and Office of Early Learning. And my role is really to make sure that everyone works on one accord so that we can get the correct research-based practices of teaching and learning that are embedded in all the content areas into the schools. We want to make it live in the schools. So we develop the curriculum here, we research best teaching practices here in this building, and then my job is to make sure that is bridged with getting into our schools.
Wow. So this is Parent Power Moments.
Yes.
Reaching out to the pre-K families, the caregivers,
Yes.
community partners.
Yes.
So, and that is one of the departments that you just said that you lead, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts, or what is your vision for pre-K? Do you see it growing?
Pre-K should be universal for everyone. I would like to eventually see it truly get compensatory, meaning you must start at age 3. And that's going to be, we know that pre-K is one of the best ways to make sure or to ensure that our students are on a positive trajectory towards graduation. And so that's my big vision. My little vision is to ensure that we are doing things even in pre-K 3 and 4 that is setting up students for success so that by the time they're in grade 3, they can read fluently, accurately, which we know grade 3 is pivotal. It's one of those now indicators for success or prison. And my number one responsibility is to ensure that our students are prepared for success. And the way you start that is the minute they are coming into our schools. It actually starts in the womb, but I will definitely say when we get them
Yes, yes.
at age 3, that's when we want to see that we are already setting them up for success to be fluent readers, fluent mathematicians, and able to move through our system, literate, and definitely pushing them towards academic success. We also have our bilingual education students that are starting in grades 3 now too. So it is my hope that we truly have these students be bilingual, fluent in both Spanish and English, and you know that trajectory just presents a world of opportunity. And however we can continue to grow our bilingual learners, it would be fantastic. I'm super glad and super excited that we are starting bilingual education at grade 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
So having children who are in the bilingual program starting at pre-K 3 and pre-K 4,
Yes.
and the district is already set up to continue them in their education with dual language programs.
Yes.
And so, okay, so it is a vision point of yours when you're looking at all of your different departments that you're leading. One of the things that I heard you say that I found very interesting is that although we have the athletic department, we have the Office of Early Childhood and the multi-tier system, that you are wanting everyone to be on the same page as far as the vision and the trajectory of the Office of Teaching and Learning.
Absolutely. That's my number one responsibility. I'm
Okay.
the teaching and learning arm of the superintendent. And my goal is that everyone has the success of students at the forefront. And mine is by way of academics. Definitely infusing the social-emotional learning that needs to take place, but liking to see that in the academics. Because in order for students to be able to learn, we have to provide safe and culturally responsive spaces for them to be able to flourish and survive in this education world. And that's my number one responsibility.
Awesome. What would you say is the singular way that families of pre-K students can prepare their scholar for kindergarten?
Conversation. When I tell you, families all go to the grocery store. When you're in the grocery store, talk to your kids about the items you are buying. show them what those items are. Pronounce it with them. Have them repeat that word back with you. The research shows that Black and brown students come to us in pre-K, in kindergarten, with thousands of words deficit than their white counterparts. And that can be avoided by having that physical, face-to-face conversation with your children. Kids are sponges and they'll take anything you give them. They'll even go up to you, hey, this is a chair. Oh, this is a table. And, and parents just be intentional about things, and label things and things of that nature. That will help our kids get on the right page. We just have to talk to them. Take the tablet away. It's okay sometimes, because I ain't gonna lie, I look at my phone and my tablet and my texting, and some of the kids can do that. But get them engulfed in conversation with people, so that they are just filling their brains and building funds of knowledge, so that they're ready to be a pre-K3 student or pre-K4 student, and they are ready to go. That's very, very important.
Yeah. And conversation is free.
It's free.
It's free.
Free.
And we got it.
And the right words, too. Yes. We need to make sure that we're using the right words.
Because one of the things that we say in pre-K, sometimes some words might flow in our pre-K3 and our pre-K4s, and we'll say, that's not a word for pre-K.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Or school. Or school.
Okay, recently you participated in the 3K Kings parent event hosted by our RCSD's Bilingual Education Council.
Yes.
Why was that important for you to participate in that?
Well, this was my second year. One of the things about me is that I love to be out and about in the community. And it's not just about the fact that, I'm responsible for bilingual education and world languages department, which works hand in hand with the Bilingual Education Council, but it's the fact that I love to be in a place where I can provide experiences that are going to bring joy. So to see the amount of students, the kids that are walking around with their families just smiling, having or breaking bread over a meal, and just they're excited to receive gifts. It brings me joy, but it also does what teaching does, and it keeps me grounded. It keeps my why where it needs to be, and I'm all about it. And then honestly, our bilingual families, not in particular Rochester, but in the United States, have been marginalized and othered, and they're secondary. I mean, just not too long ago, and still actually, we have people saying build bridges and build walls so that they don't come in and things of that nature. We need to really counteract those thoughts and let all families know that they are truly welcome. And I'm going to do whatever I can to show that in the Rochester City School District, we welcome and embrace all families, but especially if you really feel like you don't belong. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that I'm in the place to tell you I love you by my actions. So.
You used a word when you were just speaking, othered.
Yes.
And you said that you like being a part. It's important for you to be in the community, especially with events that help to bring joy.
Yes.
And in our community in Rochester, we do have a lot of violence and a lot of tragedy, trauma happening. And so when you said that, I really felt that in my heart. I could feel that is a true passion of yours.
Yes, it is.
And when you said the othered, that your being out there lets families know that in this district, whether you're pre-K3, all the way to kindergarten, all the way
12.
to
grade 12.
Grade 12.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That you're not othered.
Correct. It's when I go to events, it's for me to provide a blessing to those that are in front of me, but it's also to let them know that I see you. And we know that language. I see you, and I'm going to be here to let you know you matter, you're valued, you're important.
Yes.
And we don't just sit in this downtown cube,
Yes.
if you will, making decisions without knowing who we're making decisions for. It's truly, truly important that we stay connected with our community, because when you do that, the things that we do in here become that much easier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know I can attest to the fact that you make other people feel welcomed and seen, because when you walk through the hallways, up here where teaching and learning, where we are on the third floor here, you it's like a bubbly, like, hey, hello, and you're moving through, and we know you got things to do, but you make a point to stop and say hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Being seen is so important, because
Absolutely.
even when I'm in the most chaotic or not the best atmosphere,
Yes.
if I know I'm seen, then it helps me feel like I can show up.
Yes.
And that's even with our pre-K 3 babies.
Yes.
I can show up and I can be engaged. I'm in a safe environment.
Yes.
And that's what parents want to know, that when my child comes to school, they're going to be seen. So,
Absolutely, and that's what I've always hoped to resonate. So while I was for 4.5 years, I served as a principal, and 5.5 years before that as an assistant principal. One of my things was to pour into teachers. I poured into teachers because they poured into the kids.
Yes.
Because I acknowledged when they called them by their name, thanked them for being here. That resonated, and they then did that with the babies. And that's so important. And it's my hope that you and everyone else understand that we're in this work together.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I will want it to be.
Okay. All right. We need to transition.
Yes.
We have this new segment of Parent Power Moments called Fast, Fun, Facts. Y'all ready? We're going to learn something fun about Superintendent today, Deputy Superintendent. Favorite color?
Blue.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Has it always been blue?
No. It used to be purple.
And
I
now
don't know
it's
what
blue.
happened. Yes.
Okay. Favorite book?
The Glass Castle, or Tuesdays with Morrie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
I did not watch the movie. I'm one of those, I rather read the book. And all I know is any book that's going to bring out those emotions, I'm digging.
Okay.
And I sure enough was reading it on the plane, just sobbing loud.
Yes.
Loud too.
Deputy, I agree. I love reading the book. And often when I read the book, the movie is just not always able to capture the nuances of it.
Correct.
But Tuesdays with Murray, it was good.
It
It was
was-
good. Yeah,
yes,
it
yes.
got me. All right, favorite food?
Tacos.
Soft, hard shell.
Soft.
Soft.
Sour cream, cheese, lettuce, tomato. Depends on what the day is for meat.
Do you cook?
I hate cooking, but I do.
Do you do it well?
I think so.
Can I get a dish one day?
One day,
What's
absolutely.
your most requested dish?
So my family always asks me to make this seafood dip that we then put on crostinis and spread it on, and they're just delightful. Just
Thank
delightful.
me later, teacher in learning. We shall have seafood dip soon. You can thank me later. Favorite music?
Probably R&B and hip hop from the 90s, early 2000s, of course.
Did you like Guy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course. All right, my last question.
Sure.
Last question. Got my Oprah cards here.
All right.
Okay. Would you rather live in a world without pizza or chocolate?
I could live in a world without chocolate. I don't need it.
Deputy!
I know it doesn't look like it at times, but No, I'm more of a savory than sweet.
Okay.
And that's bad, but that's why my water intake is going up.
It's going, okay,
Because I
good.
just love that,
Yeah. Yeah.
salt. Ugh, it's bad. But yeah, the sugar, meh. Like
Yeah.
I can get it from some Skittles or something, you know?
Well, Deputy, we want to thank you for joining us on Parent Power Moments, and hopefully you've learned a little bit more about our head principal over here and at the Rochester City School District. And I'm really hoping that you were able to sense and hear and feel his passion for the children and for you. Thank you, I want you to be a doctor.
Coming soon.
Coming soon?
Coming soon.
Okay.
Give me about 4 more months.
All right
It's
now.
supposed to happen already.
Okay, okay. I
got a lot
love
of
that.
work.
I love
Yes.
that. All right, thank you for being here.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, family, that's another edition of Parent Power Moments. Make sure you wear your capes well. You are your child's first superhero.